Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously, on Tavern Tales, Fossheim has found favor with Shub-Niguruth, Oscar has found his magical rapier's edge keen, and the orcs in the entryway have been summarily dispatched by the Stonehammers. And where will they go next?
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
I guess I will start. My name's Aaron. I'm playing Oscar Stonehammer, the dwarf rogue.
I'm Allison. I am playing Fossheim Stonehammer, aka Foggy, and he is a barbarian.
I'm Marie Claire, and I'm playing Melocene Stonehammer, the amazing bard.
And I'm Paige, and I'm playing Elda Stonehammer, who is paladin, who follows the Oath of Redemption.
The great Ulfi, as you have heard, turned out to not be so great. But in death he does the work of Shub-Niguruth, as Fossheim takes the first step into the arms of the Elder God. Our dutiful dwarves survived the day, however, and proceeded west after dispatching all of the wolves, ogres, aurochs, and orcs they encountered. Now we find them, panting and spent, after a rousing row, with 4 orcs who lie bleeding out at their feet, when Eldeth catches up to the smaller group, exclaiming,
How did you guys get so far ahead of me?
And now let us peek into the adventure itself, as our little group of dwarves determine what they wish to do next in the former readout of Durgeddon the Black.
So just to remind me, we had just dispatched the orcs that were in front of us.
There's we can see outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and we killed all them.
Yeah.
I'm still missing some hit points.
Should we have a rest?
Were we not on a long rest?
We could say that we had a long rest, and I can get them back.
You best spend one of those white gems to be like, no, long rest.
We could just do that now. We could just have a long rest now.
Why not a long rest?
We're all back together. Hey, let's all have a long rest.
Yay.
Someone keep watch?
Yeah.
You have too recently had a long rest.
Oh, goody.
Following the battle with the great Ulfi, you locked yourselves in that room and had a long rest. And then you proceeded to go and inspect the room to the west, found the secret door, went down the corridor, and fought 4 orcs.
Oh, right. And then we saw the arrow slit area.
Yeah, that's where we killed them.
I totally forgot about that.
That's what I mean. I'm missing 10 hit points from that encounter.
Yeah,
But I guess we can't just long rest because we just had a long rest.
And I'm out of spells, so you're just gonna have to not die.
I could do that. Deal.
Just don't die.
So you can have a short rest and roll your hit die for any hit die you have remaining.
Oh yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah,
have a nap?
It's like you take an hour.
D6.
You have a power nap and a protein bar and a cuddle.
Ooh.
Always.
In that order.
Not with me.
Why not with you?
You don't like me very much, Foggy.
But I like a cuddle. We've been through a lot, Melocene.
Barbarians always need a cuddle.
It's true.
I say we do it short rest.
So I'm having a power nap.
Does someone want to tell me what on earth happened here?
There were some orcs. They were going to kill us, so we killed them first.
Yeah, and we may have killed Ulfi, who was evil and wanted to enslave people and generally kill lots of people. Melocene says unsure.
Did you try to have a conversation first?
Oh no, we definitely did. He tried to kill us first.
Yeah. They started it.
Okay.
During that battle, Tessakar and Eldith were involved in a heated fight with lots of orcs and an orog, which is like a more violent, virile sort of orc, an older and much uglier one as well. There was not really any opportunity for conversation as they erupted from their rooms and went right into the fray. That was that.
I think we should probably go back to the Ulfi room and then, because we kind of wandered down this section. I think this is a dead end.
No, you are not currently in a dead end.
Oh.
There was an entrance and an exit point to this room that actually sees the light of day.
Well, yeah, no, but that's like the front door, right?
No, I think it's overlooking, right? So they can shoot arrows.
Yeah.
Overlooks the steps up to the
Yeah.
hidden readout entrance. This little room that you're in. The 4 orcs are dead in there, and there is a way to the east from this room. Some stairs leading down. You catch your breath. You go through the bodies of the orcs in front of you and come up with like 27 silver, and no weapons or armor of any value or repute.
Should I log the silver in our treasure book?
Absolutely.
Sorry, it was
27 silver.
It's like 27 dimes.
$2.
$2.
Yay!
Tree fitty. 'Cause it's American times.
It's always American.
The corridor to the east turns 90 degrees to the south, which opens up into another corridor with a door with a handle, a weird-looking handle on it.
How is it weird?
You tell me how it's weird.
Oh, it is covered in snot.
It's slimy.
Like dried snot.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
It's an orc rite of passage.
Yeah.
You rub your nose on the door.
I'm gonna use like one of my endless scarves.
Yes, please.
And like wipe it
Part
off a
of
little
your
bit.
endless scarf. Okay.
Yeah, and wipe it off a little bit. And underneath, it is actually made out of cork.
It's a cork door handle.
Yes.
What?
Again, like I said, it's weird. That was not really the weird I was going for, but you know what? I put the call out there.
But it's definitely weird.
Sometimes you don't get gold. Sometimes you get 27 silver.
Sometimes it's a snot-covered cork door handle.
The door opens inward, and there's no handle on the other side of the door.
Cork is expensive.
It is expensive.
In fact, the door on the other side does not appear to be a door at all. It just appears to be part of the natural wall, and it's a secret door you've opened. When you open it, it opens up onto, well, there is a ledge on your left, looming out into a cavernous abyss below you. The wind blows. In front of you, 10, 15 feet away, you can see a rope bridge that spans across the gap. And there are a pair of large bronze double doors that look like you would have thought would be the entrance when you were looking earlier, that are open, that are allowing the wind to blow in and down this long abyssal cavern you're looking into. There is, 40 feet away from you, another stone wall that now that you've opened up this door and you can see through the cracks, you see that that the wall across from you likely has another secret door as well. And that's what you encounter in front of you. There is a rope bridge that is about 35 to 40 feet across, a 15-foot platform with this double doors that lead into the readout, as well as the secret door across from you.
Is the abyss an option? Do we know how deep it is?
It is an abyss.
Like if we sent Priscilla down?
Yeah.
Tessakar makes the choice. No.
And Priscilla's like, I don't know if I can go down there.
Oh, yeah.
Is Priscilla getting older?
I
What's
don't know.
happening?
I'm trying to sound more like Elvis.
It's been an hour. Priscilla's gotten bigger.
Okay.
They grow by the minute. The abyss is just that. It descends to
There's just no-
extreme depths. She flies down 500 feet or so and then returns saying,
That was scary. It's dark down there.
Oh.
but you can see, for those of you who are waiting for Priscilla to return, you can see
I'm all shook up.
out the door, the 2 double doors that are open. It is, in fact, the front entrance of the Forge of Fury.
So our choices are the terrible rope bridge or dying in the abyss, but we have to go down.
But we don't know how bad the rope bridge looks. You just said it's a rope bridge.
Well, there's another door that led to what we think is another secret door.
Yeah.
On the other side. We have
the
to go
rope
across
bridge?
the rope
Yeah, so
bridge.
while Priscilla's gone, because it's, 1,000 feet or so, you just wander over and have a look. You can figure out how the door opens, because you're dwarves, and that's what dwarves do. You open the door, and it looks like it's just a little hallway that bends to the corner. You slip down there, peek around the corner, and you can see that it is just a simple station for where orcs could go. It looks like there are chalk tic-tac-toe outlines everywhere on the floor for bored orcs who are on station duty, but there's nothing in this room. It's not even really a room. It's just a corridor with a triangular slit for raiding with arrows.
So can we look at the rope bridge?
Yes, you look at the rope bridge. It spans the 30 feet across. There are 2 larger stalagmites sticking up out of the ground, and there's the bronze double doors that you'd seen originally, and you'd thought those they led to the entrance that match the double doors that are currently open. And for those who are looking over there, which I guess would be everybody at some point, just make a quick perception check.
Sure. Ooh, natural 20.
Cool.
Wasted it on that, but,
It's never a waste.
well, better.
So for everybody who beat a 15, and which is funny because I think it's everybody, and Oscar's the only one who hasn't done anything the entire time. So are you still in the corridor?
Yep. I'm still there.
That makes perfect sense. That's why you have no idea what's across the side of the bridge. On the other side of the bridge, you can see there are 2 orcs kind of dozing near the doors, and they're really hard to see because they're they're kind of resting against the stalagmites, but there are 2 orcs on the other side of this bridge.
I'm like all out of spells.
I can try putting them to sleep.
They are currently asleep.
So if we sneak over there and tie them up and throw them into the abyss. Just kidding.
Excuse me, Elda. Could you run that past me again?
Good thing it wasn't in Elda's voice.
Paige is okay with murder.
We knew it.
No, but actually, if they're asleep, can we be sneaky and go tie them up?
Absolutely. This is a rickety, creaking rope bridge. And the difficulty to stealth across it will be immense. However, as I have pointed out, these are the double doors you have seen before.
We could go around.
Is that a hint to go through the double doors?
I just want to present options to you all, that there are those double doors as well as, you don't even have to open them. So your options are you go across the bridge and you kill the orcs. You sneak across the bridge, you kill the orcs. You cut the bridge, sneak around, open the doors, and scare the orcs so that they jump off thinking the bridge is still there and run off into space like Wile E. Coyote. Or any other myriad of options that are in front of you. However, I just want to fully articulate where in the world you all can be and what you all are doing.
So technically we could shoot arrows at them from here.
Yeah. It'd be hard, though.
They have full cover.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm thinking more so using some of our special gifts like immovable rod or flying bread or Priscilla Pig as a distraction or something, because because being stealthy on the bridge, we can try that, but we should have a plan B.
I can give everybody flying bread in case we fall off the bridge.
I feel like because they're asleep right now, if we instead go through the door, you're saying we can come out on the other side?
Yes.
I think we should do that, and then we have a better chance of sneaking up on them with them sleeping rather than trying to sneak across the bridge.
Okay, that sounds smart.
Paige, that is absolutely an option.
I think that's probably going to be the least amount of use of our special ability.
I just like using our special things. I like flying bread, but you're probably right, and you're probably really smart.
Where is everybody? It's kind of lonely in this corridor.
Did the door close behind them? Is that what happened?
I don't know what happened. I just got left there. It's probably looking
I want to see if he touches the snotty doorknob.
Well, yeah, but Melusine wiped it off.
She wiped it with
that's
her
true.
handkerchief of many colors.
I'll notice that Alskar is not with us, and I'll go back to the door and tell him to get his butt inside.
I have rejoined the group.
And now we're going to go through this door and not leave you behind.
Well, so you pick Oscar back up and you go back around. You go back around. Yeah, you're at the double doors. Well, what'd you like to do?
Open them very quietly.
Sure. No, just kidding.
I was going to say, should we be prepared to...
Who's got WD-40?
Who's got knock ready?
Oh, no.
No.
No, knock. No.
Tessakar has left. He's gone out the main double doors that were open that you saw and said something along the lines of, I gotta do something. I'll be back.
Then yelled guidance a couple times.
Yeah.
It's just like my brother.
So the four of you are standing there. You know there are two slumbering orcs, where they are sitting and how they are laid out. And the intent here is when you sneakily open the door that you're going to rush these orcs and
Tie them up.
tie them up.
Or I do speak orc. So when we rush them, I could yell at them like only a mother orc would do, which I know would scare me to run away. We've probably run the other direction.
I think we should
should've cut the
take
bridge.
advantage of the fact that they are asleep and go for that as plan A, and you can yell at them. Plan B.
No,
And plan C is throw an abyss.
you screw with them and influence their dreams. That's plan D. So say something externally that will like screw with their dreams.
What would you say to screw with their dreams?
I don't know. What do orcs generally dream of? Electric sheep?
I don't know. Why are they electric?
Oh, do androids dream of electric sheep is a very famous novella. Well, they're andorcs, so
Oh my god.
anyway.
You could tell them there's no more villages to raid.
Burn.
No more villages. No more raids. Sorry, guys.
That would be pretty bad for them, I think.
Cool.
I think we should try and rush them and tie them up.
I don't think we have to rush them. I think we need to sneak them and tie them up.
Yeah.
Everybody blitz.
It's Italian blitz.
It's only 10 feet.
Okay.
Granted, rushing and stealthing at that point would be the same.
Okay.
Actually, every single one of you roll 2d20s. The first is technically your initiative, and the second is your attack. So go ahead and roll them up.
Eldith doesn't want to hurt them because they're just peacefully sleeping here and they've done nothing wrong. So I think she immediately will try to open the door and get there before everyone else does so she can try and attempt to tie them up so that she can show that they're not a risk to the rest of the party.
Absolutely. You blow through the door like it doesn't even exist. In fact, the door opens inward and you definitely opened it outward in your speed through, and you tie up one of the orcs. Like you just just throw yourself on the orc.
I kind of did this thing where I run in and his hands are kind of like in front of his head because he's like, you know how when someone's crossing their legs and they're sleeping over, like their heads and their legs and their hands are out? Almost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so his hands are out. So I kind of grab his hands. As I grab them, tie them with a rope and jump behind him and grab his feet and tie them together like a
Hogtied.
hog tie.
Okay, you have to leave one of the legs free or it doesn't count.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's cruelty to the orc.
Okay. Can it just be like a toe?
No, it has to be one whole leg has to be left free. The two hands and wrists have to be tied to the ankle of the third, and
Okay.
the leg has to be left free. Otherwise, you've been cruel.
And you're not
Okay.
going to make it to the Sunday showdown.
Exactly. What did you do next, Oscar?
In seeing Eldeth bursting through the inward door that moved outward and vice versa, what do I do? Because you're all about pacifism and not wanting to hurt anyone, and that's the exact opposite of what I like to do. So I brandish my rapier and I charge in, but then I see what Eldeth is doing, and I kind of comedically skid on my heels to try and stop. And then I do stop in front of the one orc that is sleeping that she hasn't touched yet. And then I don't do anything because I see what she's doing.
That seems like a good point to pause for a moment. I've had an epiphany when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons and how good people operate. And I don't like the concept of I hit you with my dagger, which reduces your hit point total. And when you hit 0 hit points, you die. How it works for NPC characters is once they are reduced to 0 hit points, they die. They don't make death saving throws. That's what PCs do. PCs make 3 death saves in order to stay in the story. If you fail those 3 death saves, it must have been super important. This death must be super relevant. So therefore, if you failed the 3, that character has exited the story and died, and you get to bring a new one in, and it's lots of fun, and you get to have some more fun. What this seems to have done, though, is turned this wonderful system into a hack and slash game where you're trying to describe the eviscerating effects of your weaponry, especially when you kill them. And there's lots of descriptions and whatnot that I have created over the last year, and I have heard on many streams and channels and listening to other podcasts where when they get to 0 hit points, the dungeon master turns to the player and says, tell me how you want to do this. And it's always the individual dies. They're reduced to 0 hit points and some cool bloody decapitation occurs, or a swirling of intestinal organs, or they're put in a blender. And I disagree with that because thematically and story-wise, that doesn't happen to all of the mooks all of the time. So, going forward, hit points just mean your relevancy to the story, i.e., the more hit points a player character has, the higher level they are, the more relevant they are to the story. The more hit points an NPC has, the greater their relevancy to the story. So these orc mooks who have maybe 22 or 14 hit points don't have a ton of relevancy to the story. Their relevancy is just a minor hurdle to get you to expend maybe a level 1 spell slot, or maybe they do some damage to you to require you to make a hit die roll of your hit dice to heal those hit points back up to full relevancy. So what I'm going to suggest is that reducing NPCs to 0 hit points could very well be your measure of attack, hitting them with your rapier, doing other things, sneak attacking in such a way to remove their connection to the story anymore. So that could be that you kill them. It could be that you damage them enough that they die and bleed out. It could be that you grapple them and throw them into the abyss, and their character is gone. Or it could be that when I tell you you've reduced that character to 0 hit points, they have fled, never to be heard of in the story again, because that happens all the time in classical fantasy and classical literature, where the PCs show their strength, show their power. The protagonist is like, I'm the hero, I'm here to save the day, and the bandits run away. And the mechanic for that in this game is intimidation checks and whatnot. But I think that going forward, if you reduce an enemy to 0 hit points with an attack, you could easily say that they don't die. You didn't kill them because you are in the end good people. You have driven them from this, and then you can tell me the story of what they did when they fled. He runs across the bridge, never to be seen again, goes back home and cries into his mother's apron and asks for sugar cookies. So that, I think that if we operate from that mindset going forward, there'll be more opportunity, especially in regards to party cohesion, because we know Eldeth doesn't want to kill people unless we absolutely have to, and we know that Melusine's not really versed to killing people as well, and that we've got these other two over here that are like, I'ma kill things, which is fine, but at the same time, you don't have to. You can hit them on the head with your battle axe. They're rendered unconscious. They wake several hours later with a splitting headache and vow, I'm gonna go find a new war chief and leave. Like, we don't have to go from the perspective of, we're killing things all the time. And if you do reduce it to 0 hit points, thematically, story-wise, you have dealt with that threat. I won't bring that threat back against you later. That would be poor management of mine to say, don't kill things because I just want to use them again. That's not how I want to work. So given that you know this information, as Oscar skids to a halt and sees that Eldeth has perfectly hog-tied or orc-tied this orc, what does Oscar wish to do?
With that, I take my rapier, and I'm going really comedic here. I poke him in the butt because he was laying on his side, and then he leaps up with the yipe, and then he scampers across to the bridge.
Perfect. Roll your hit into damage. Just want to see your sneak attack. You have advantage on this hit because he's asleep.
2d8s and 3d6. Yeah. Cool.
And then you add your dexterity bonus one time, and you give me a total of
26. Sorry, 27.
From poking him in the butt?
Yeah.
That is 27. Some damage.
Yeah, this is what happens when you crit.
Is your rapier stuck in there as he's running away?
No, it
He just poked him.
It goes in. I hit like the right nerve to cause him to leap to his feet.
Oscar's taken acupuncture. He knows which one to get him up and going.
Oscar, these orcs only had 15 hit points.
Nice.
So everything you described previous to that is when you poke him in the butt. I don't even think you hurt him. You poke him in the butt. He awakens, sees what has unfolded. There's one expression that Oscar knows in orc, and what is that expression?
Chokla!
Which is in English,
I got you.
which is what you say in the orcish game of tag. That's literally what they say to each other in tag. But the expression on this dwarf's face, where the dwarf has come from, the orc leaps to his feet, nods in agreement, and says, Chaklaba, which is like, all right, I'm it then. And he books it.
He gone.
Out of the story, out of your lives. Fogrim, what did you want to do?
I wanted to tie up the other one, but now I've seen this happen.
Oh, he's running away. He's literally running.
He gone.
Oh, nothing's left for me to do.
Fogrim, you see that this bridge is easily untied and or dismantled from this side of the bridge.
English is hard.
It is hard.
This side of the chasm, I think that's actually what I wanted to say. And that's really what you're presented with. He's running away. He's already crossed the bridge.
Yeah.
You're not taking him out, but you could dismantle the bridge if you wanted to from this side. However, you would not be able to leave through this door. But then again, orcs wouldn't be able to come across this bridge and enter this redoubt anytime soon.
With all of the yelping and the yelling of Orcish, I'm assuming the orc that we've tied up is awake.
He's still sound asleep.
Oh, never mind.
At the moment, still sound asleep.
If he was awake, I was going to ask if we could force him to hop across the bridge before we untied it.
On one foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely wake him up if you would like to. So we're out of combat. Everything's been disassembled and dissuaded or tied. What would you like to do?
I'm just making sure I'm not sure that we won't ever have to go back up here, but we're pretty sure that I think that's a good idea.
Well, it sounds like there's ways around. We've come...
Well, yeah, we did go around.
Yeah.
Okay. If we wake up Sleeping Beauty.
And intimidate him to cross the bridge, and then we'll untie it.
Well, he's tied up and there's 3 of us.
Yeah.
And you can
Be
hop
pretty
on one
easy.
foot. It's a good thing you left that one foot open. Good thinking.
It's respectful.
The 1 foot is there. He's still sound asleep. You've had this brief moment of eye contact amongst the 4 of you. And
I'm going to actually poke him, but not with a knife, because that would...
Rapier.
Yeah, not with a rapier. That would not be nice. Just going to take my bony pointer finger and boop him on his little nose and flatten it.
Like us.
Like us. Make it look like a little, like a Stonehammer orc. And make the audible sound, boop, and see if he wakes up.
the first word out of his mouth is the word in orc for mama. What is that word in orcish?
All I can think of is chocolate now, because that's what every word sounded like so far. Macho.
Macho
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah. Because
Macho.
the mama orcs are like,
Yeah, I like it. I like
Macho.
it. Macho.
Macho. Did I do something wrong again? Is what he says in orc. You tied me. Where am I? What's going on? In orcish, of course. Looks at the 3 dwarves. Dwarves!
I don't speak orcish.
Untie me!
so in Orcish,
Yes.
I will say to him, we spared your life and tied you up, but now you have to embarrass yourself and hop across the bridge if you want to live.
He immediately tries to get up. Roll a d20, Allison.
3.
He does not manage to get to 1 leg. He rolls around on the ground for a while.
Can I help him up?
Yeah, you can definitely help him up. All right, he's on his 1 foot. All right. He proceeds to hop across the bridge. It is 35 feet. It has low handrails, and it is a rope bridge. So, in order for him to succeed, he needs to make strength athletics checks as he hops across the bridge to not trip and fall over the edge. So, the 3 of you are going to roll them for him. He is +2 and needed a 12. So you're going to be rolling and you need a 10. However, whoever is rolling in the middle has to roll a 12 because it's harder in the middle as it's going up and down. So who's rolling first, second, third?
Sure.
All 3 of you roll. Paige, begin with the rolling. Tessicar's not here to offer guidance. Not that he probably would.
You wouldn't take it. I would. I always
I would.
take the guidance.
Well, this isn't you. All right.
18.
So he makes it the first third of the bridge. And then
And no, he doesn't. It's 8.
right at the middle of the bridge, it bobbles and warbles too much, and he falls to the right or to the left.
To the left.
Okay, then he needs to make a dexterity saving throw to not fall off the bridge and instead just fall onto the bridge, like collapse on the middle of the bridge itself.
17.
Yes, he definitely makes that, but he cannot get back up to his feet, so he rolls slowly, painfully across the bridge. And it's a good 5 minutes. It's really funny to begin with. Then it's a little less funny. And it is certainly not funny when he starts to roll up the bridge and he rolls back down twice. But he manages to squirm and squirgle and roll. And eventually He does, in fact, get to the other side of the bridge. But by that point, the dwarfs have already turned and left this room and have proceeded to the one corridor.
We're gonna untie the bridge.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Not while he's on it, though.
Yeah, he got off the bridge.
I honestly thought.
Finally.
I honestly thought that's what you guys were gonna do. Like when he was like midway through the bridge. Just be like,
No, that's like extra cruel, even for me.
that's what I honestly thought was the plan.
No.
Coming from Eldith?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Or I thought the bridge was gonna like as soon as he made like one hop, the bridge was just gonna buckle and he
I
was
thought
gonna
that was
drop.
going to happen.
Thankfully, he managed to live and go back home to Mama.
To Macho.
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 Yeah, his mom's name is Menrandy Savage.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
He's the Macho Man.
I just know the like Village People song.
Macho Man.
Yeah, macho
that's-
man.
That's just a stay-at-home dad in Orc.
That's fair.
The bridge is released. Several days later, Tessakar will walk up and go, "The fuck?" We'll get there when we get there. You guys head out the one place that you have left to explore. There is but one corridor remaining, and that is one of the very first corridors that you came into or upon when you first entered this readout. You went down a little corridor, opened up into a large area, and you saw that there was that well, the water well, right? The well. That's right. But there was also a corridor that continued on further to the south. So as you walk by, you remember that, you see the well, the tepid, murky water within, and you continue down this corridor, which is rocky and whatnot, rough-hewn. Not truly of dwarven skill, because it just seems to be chopped out. But it was done with dwarven technologies. It's still just not it was more natural and then carved out a bit better. And it just ends, which is weird, because it ends in a blank wall that seems much more chiseled and properly sculpted and faced. And as you are all dwarves and you're all looking at me with your narrowed eyes and bright cheeks, you realize, and your booped snoots, you realize that this is in fact a secret door herein, so you may all make investigation checks with advantage to find your way through this door.
I am tuning my lute.
Ooh.
Are you tuning your lute too?
Apparently. Maybe I'm watching you tune yours.
Did anybody beat a 20?
A 20? No.
I didn't even beat a 20 with both my dice together.
Did anybody beat a 15?
17.
Excellent. Then you, my friend, have learned the most information. Now, if anybody beat a 5, then those people have definitively learned there is a secret door here.
Ooh.
For sure, you can see the outline of a secret door.
Spring. Secret door, da da diddy da dee 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 dee. Secret door.
Yeah, that song needs as much work as you guys do in finding. You just need an opening, much like the secret door.
I need to figure out the middle part where it's not da 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 da.
The two that have beat a 10 have determined. The special thing about this door is that it doesn't open on either side. It opens on both sides and pivots in the middle. Ooh. Because it is a true secret door. Revolving secret door.
This is exciting.
And when you beat that 15, you found the snoot that needed booping in the wall itself to open the door. The secret door pivots open to reveal a chamber of finished stonework. The room is cluttered with crude furnishings, and the air is hazy with the smoke of a small cooking fire. Dozens of yellowed skulls are suspended from the ceiling by fraying ropes strung through holes punched in the bone. An orc in a ragged black robe looks up from her work, her face twisted into an expression of rage, and she says, "I'm busy!"
Was that an orc in common?
In common.
So she hasn't looked up from her work.
Can I, in orcish, just say, "Excuse me, Madam Orc"?
Go ahead.
Bitch, please. That's what you say.
That is the proper orcish way of saying madam, if you wouldn't mind.
And I've made the executive decision that when speaking to an elder orc, you automatically refer to them as mother.
Oh, okay.
Mother, bitch, please.
Macho
Oh,
bitch.
you missed those. We made a word for mother.
So instead, I'm going to walk in and confidently say, Hako Macho, which is,
I like that.
excuse me, mother orc.
That was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
You have earned a blue gem for this beautiful color. And also for the hog tying.
Is that the one that changes the story?
No.
No, that's the one that gives you advantage. She does not actually seem to pay any attention to you, but you recognize that there are two other female orcs in the room, dressed in leather armor, and they were sharpening weapons and working on the preparations of whatever it is that she's doing in the cauldron. And one of the orcs says in Orcish, Bordug, 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 it's dwarf! And the lady orc, Bordug, I guess her name is, she looks up and recognizes you all. I would like you to make some sort of persuasion check or whatnot, or diplomacy style check, and tell me what you're going to say. So you can tell me what you're going to say, and I'll let you know if you get advantage on this check or not, or you can just make the roll, and then we'll play out what the dice tell you.
You know, I think she's going to choose to be honest. And they seem like civilized orcs from what they've come across already. And so she's basically going to explain that her brother had a vision that brought them here. They're looking for a family heirloom, and so far it's led them here, and if they can assist them.
Cool. Roll with advantage.
Aha.
Nice.
Your difficulty is 18.
I got 17.
An 18 would have been she nods sagely, points to the door. There's only one exit to this room. And that exit, as you can see, Oscar, when you're combing the area, because you're a rogue and you're always looking for the exit, always looking for the out. Where are places you can hide to sneak attack? There's a little table. You don't think you could fit under it exactly well, but you might be able to dive under it and through it and then come up on the other side, all sneaky-like. But the door looks like it would be a secret door. It's one of those ones like a West Wing sort of style, whereas the north side of the room is a curved wall, and there's like a stone curved piece that runs all the way across it, kind of like decorative ribbing sort of thing. And there's a crack in the door, a crack for a door in the middle of it, and there's a hole in this ribbing with a key in it, and it looks like it's the key is in the door, and the door is currently, the key is turned to the side, so it is locked at present, but this door has a key in it. And an 18 would have been, she just says, through that way, enjoy your trip through the Forge of Fury. But a 17 says more finagling's going to have to happen, and she says, aha, you say, do you? Come, let us finagle, and you will by right to pass through my bedchambers.
Yes, Mother Orc.
Good. First, where are all my male brethren?
Well, one of them we tied up and let cross the bridge. And then another one of them we poked and he got scared and he ran away. And then I can honestly tell you, I don't know about the other ones because I was wandering elsewhere.
Ooh, that's a deception check.
No, but I was wandering elsewhere.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not a hard deception check. DC 8.
Wait. 8?
So she just barely believes you.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.